I'm Scott Hutchpeck. I am the builder slash fabricator at Outlaw Race Cars. Me and Justin, we've known each other quite a while actually. Him and my dad raced, together back in the 90s. I want to say my dad did build his dad a couple of cars. Well, I remember Justin messaged me. This was probably 2013. He was building race cars, and I don't remember what chassis he was on, but he messaged me and asked me if I would just come over and weld them for him. He offered me $100 to weld the whole car. And I mean, back in 2013, $100 was a lot of money back then. So I went over there, started welding them for him, and then I want to say probably chassis number 9. He asked me, started helping him build them, and we built them together. It was probably just this past year we got so busy that I started making this my full-time job. So we've came a long ways. I can't believe I could do something I like doing for a full-time job. To be on chassis number 205, that's a pretty huge accomplishment. Back when we first started building them, I'm not going to say we didn't have quite many bars in there, but we've definitely upgraded a bunch of bars. Even back then, I'm not real sure we was able to even square tube the rear of the car, and now we are. I believe it was a rule back in 2013. Now we're probably building, I want to say at least 20, 30 cars a year. I don't really keep up with it. Whenever Justin tells me we got cars on order, I just build and keep building. Past few years, I remember we got behind 22 cars just a couple years ago. We was working on them after work, and we was getting a car done at least one car every 2 weeks we was getting done. And now, since we're so busy now, I can build a car frame up in 4 days. We build a lot of cars, we sell a lot of cars. I mean, I feel like we are one of the top chassis manufacturers around the Arklatex and outside the Arklatex. With Justin's experience in a factory stock and his knowledge, you can call him anytime you want to, or text him anytime you want to. And I mean, he can tell you exactly what to do to the car, how to set it up. If you're having problems, with your entry, your exit, anything like that, he can tell you what to change and make it better. I started racing back in 2004. My dad got me a limited modified, and then in 2006, I believe it was, we bumped up to the modified class, and had a really good time, a lot of experience. And then we bounced around from street stocks to limited modified again. And then 2013, I actually got a modified ride from Gary Bassett in ORC City, Texas, and we raced with him for 2 years and had a lot of good years together and had a blast doing it. And then after that, we kind of got out of racing a little bit. We actually built a car for a guy, and the guy backed out of it, and we had the car almost completely ready. I mean, it was wrapped and everything, and the guy backed out, so Justin put it together for me, and we won quite a few races in it, even having a race against Justin. Matter of fact, the first night in that car, we ran the 10,000 at Boot Hill Speedway. We led probably 30 laps of that race, and then under caution, we ended up running over some debris on the track and ended up getting a left rear flat. It was very disappointing, but then again, I mean, we still had a great time that year, a lot of good memories. Every now and then I'll have somebody ask me to drive their car and, try to help them get it set up for them. And, I might race 5, 10 races a year, and that's really about it. Justin and me, I mean, he's a really good friend. We've been friends for a very long time. A lot of people look at him, they might think he's stuck up or something like that, but, if you just walk up to him and start talking to him, you realize, that this guy's not that type of person as I thought he was. This guy's really nice. He's kind of got a sense of humor. He can be funny sometimes. Racing him on the track, he's going to give it all he's got. It don't matter, how good of friends you are with him. He will. If he's got to bump you to get around you, he will if he needs to. Well, no, don't have that. Don't have that. Yeah. He's bumped me quite a few times. But yeah, he'll help anybody out. It don't matter who you are. If you got any questions, just ask. Just walk up to him and start talking to him. I know he wins a lot, and it gets tiring watching him win sometimes. But, he's very competitive. He's a very good race car driver. He's done it for a very long time. And, there's a bunch of us that wish we was as good as he is. And myself sometimes wish I was good as he is.